Hello again. We are back. We are here at the Women into Networking WIN channel. I have a new guest, which is new to everyone here, okay? You guys have never met Jermika Ote, okay? Really excited because we were able to meet through our corporate sponsor, Lashana West, who you guys all know. And we always love to connect and just really like get into the room with women who are doing things. And one thing about Jamaica is that she is doing things, okay? Sis is out here planning parties, bringing you from point A to Z, making sure you have the rentals, the contracts, the connections, right? And on top of that, she's looking for her own venue. So I really want you guys to get to know her before you come to the garden party next week so that you can actually see all of what she's bringing and meet her. And also, maybe there's a great connection to be had. Jamaica, go ahead and introduce yourself and so people can get to know you, and we'll continue with the conversation after that.
Okay. So, yes, I'm Jamaica Ote. The name of my company is Elegant Manor Cottage. I've been in business 28 years, and it's a Black owned family business. It's me and my two daughters, and we take pride in what we do. We love to interact with clients, share their ideas, and just get a feel for what their vision is for their event. Once we engage with the client, we don't just stop there. We hold their hand from start to finish. We're all inclusive. It's more like a one-stop shop. We create all types of packages customized for our clients, and we make it affordable.
I love that because before I met you, I had no clue you did all that. you know I love that because and when you mentioned being a woman in business, being family design oriented, like that matters, guys. 28 years in the business and being able to really produce, sometimes it comes like second nature, I believe, to some of us. So what are some of the things that you would like to show the people that show up at the garden party next week, right? If they're going to be there, what kind of experience are they going to have with what you're bringing? Let's talk about that so that they can know what you actually offer and how amazing it is. Because everything you said was great, but I'm telling you guys, when you talk to Jamaica, you're going to get your whole experience changed because the way you think about what she's saying is completely different. She goes completely above and beyond. And this is why I want you guys to show up next weekend to see it. Tell them what they're going to be seeing because you sponsored us with something.
So, I'm creating a backdrop after the conversation I had with you, Allegra. You explaining a little bit about the garden party. It inspired me to build something on the order of what you all are doing. So I decided to not just create a big wall backdrop, but a tree like branch backdrop that's full of different things that grows. And it's going to feature how things, if you give it room, it can grow bigger. If you give it small space, you're going to cramp the growth. So it's going to be an inspiring backdrop, and it's going to speak a lot about you.
First of all, I heard you in the beginning say you were so intentional about this because you heard what I said and you customized it to the actual theme. Guys, this garden party is our second one this year, and the first one we planted our seeds. This time we're harvesting and we're growing. It's all about how you are getting through your journey. And just the fact that, and this is why I want to highlight women like you who are really in the world. And some of the conversations I always have is just the gap in fairness, opportunity in the market, right? A lot of missing opportunities or missed opportunities. And so here in the WIN community, if you guys are wanting more opportunities, then you need to show up to events and you need to meet individuals like Jamaica so you can expand your network. That's what this is all about. Because a lot of the things that we grow through, right, are things that we're all experiencing. Jamaica, let's have a very heartfelt moment here. Do we not talk on the phone for like more than an hour, really just expressing what goes on the behind the scenes in business?
Yes. Yes. Because we'll start on one conversation and then it'll just be growing to the next and the next and the next. And then before we know it, we've been on the phone for hours and running into our next meeting. So the conversations is always great and always meaningful. We always get something out of the conversation.
Yeah.
And, yeah, speaking about the growth though. So like for an example, I love how elephant plants look in my yard every summer. And so I always buy them and plant them. So my neighbor saw that I was planting them and they were getting big in my flower pots. So she decided to buy some too. I didn't notice she had bought any. So she put hers in the ground and hers sprung like a tree and it just kept offspringing and offspringing and offspringing. Wherein mine just goes straight up in the air because I've limited the space to give it the growth that it wants to take off to. Wherein she created a lot of space and hers just spread it across her front yard. It's big and the leaves are huge and they're beautiful. And mine's is beautiful too, but it's not as big as hers. Like hers is, I mean, the cars slow down when they pass her house because that's how humongous they have gotten. So, I just keep thinking about how life is. If we put ourselves in a box, don't give ourselves room to grow in a different atmosphere or space, then we need to reevaluate some things.
You know what? I heard an analogy similar to that, but that was powerful because, that's a real example, real life. And I don't know what your reaction was when you saw her plants grow bigger than you.
Yes, but I did that before. So I grew some in the ground, but they didn't get as big as hers. I mean, they got big,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And I think that also, and we're going to end soon, guys. So make sure before we do a call to action, I want you guys to get ready to follow Jamaica, get into what she's doing. If you go to her website, you're going to see that she has beautiful photos of her work. But just remember that there's so much more behind the scenes there, right? We always talk about the woman behind the brand, and there's just a massive amount of stuff that we hold that we just don't tell y'all on the website, right? So you have to have the conversation. Um, Growth is really important, and what you said about being in the right space to grow is really important.
Right.
I believe, and this is my last word of the day, is that community enhances your growth because it's just a bigger pot to be in.
That's
Um, Circumstantially, we kind of put ourselves in smaller pots symbolically in relationships too.
that's
And we need to be in bigger sectors, bigger areas that are going to allow us to grow. And I think that powerful measure by itself, Jamaica, you just bringing that up. I mean, elephant leaves, roses, whatever it is, but the elephant leaves obviously can grow further,
yes.
if you give it the right soil, right? The right
Yeah.
harvesting, nurturing, right? And that's why we say to you guys, this is about the story the soil tell, because the soil will tell you how you planted that seed, how you nurtured that seed, what kind of weeds you allowed to grow around that seed, to literally strangle it, right? And when you think about the soil in your life, what story is that soil telling? And I
Right.
think it's going to get real deep next weekend. So let's go to final words and call to action because this is going to be good. So why don't you tell us anything that you would like to leave us with your wisdom and your 28 years of being in this game? Okay, what do you want to give to other women entrepreneurs and men who support them? What kind of advice would you like to give them right now if they're in a place of growth and they're looking to expand or get out of the pot?
um, I will say that I have been through and I'm still going through different challenges. Like we all have challenges, right? But in business, if you think about the client in a way that it pertains to you. If you were in their shoes and you really wanted something and you feel like, oh, well, if I see their website or if I look at their venue or their pricing, it's out of my league. But that's what I really want. You can customize and create something affordable for them. And it's the way that you deliver the message to them for them to even realize, hey, I can afford them. I can afford this, you know. And it's not always about making a ton of money. Sometimes God put us in position to bless somebody else in order for us to receive our blessings. So I always remember that too, because not everybody is in position to just, throw money at stuff. And I'm not saying just to throw money at stuff, but we want things that we can't afford all the time, but we try and get them anyway. Like if the new Jordans come out, we're gonna run and get them before we go and pay that light bill, So it's the same. We just gotta create a good relationship, customize the package to a benefit, not just us, but the customer.
Powerful words of wisdom. Thank you so much for sharing that. And how can they reach you? If you want to drop your website, social media, feel free to do so now.
So Elegant Manor Cottage, that's all you have to put in. Elegant Manor Cottage. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We have our own website, which is elegantmanorcottage.com. As far as the party rentals, we're building inventory photos to put on there. So when you click on there, you're not going to get anything right now, but just give me a little bit. I'm working on it. We have over 8,000 square feet of party rentals that we to get on the website. And also, speaking about clients, when I meet with my clients and I tell you that I hold their hand from start to finish, I do, because not only do I meet with them and I go over what their desires is for their event, but I put every vendor they need together that's on my team or would like to collaborate with me. Um, I make sure that when my client makes their payment to me, I disperse the payments to the vendors. The day of their event, I am coordinating and running and decorating their event. And when the event is over, we break it down, clean it up, and the client is on their way to the next thing, and we're on our way home. So
Wow.
when I tell you that we hold their hand from start to finish, we hold their hand from start to finish.
Do you?
We do a lot of things custom, and all we need is a photo. So that's a plus also, because some things are unique and you can't buy, you have to make. So we offer that as well.
See y'all. I told you. You guys are going to see at the garden party exactly what I'm talking about. And these are hidden secrets that, you guys just don't get exposed to because you have not met the woman behind the brand, but now you have. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, Jamaica, for joining me today. You guys make sure you follow the channel, Elegant Manor College, on all social. And we will be back for another speaker tomorrow night, I believe at 7:30. But in the meantime, I'll be checking back in with you guys. I'll be looking in the comments. Ask your questions, connect with Jamaica, and make sure that you follow Elegant Manor College. All right? Cottage. Y'all, I'm getting tongue tied. It's late. All right. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much again. And we will see you guys back here tomorrow night. Bye.